y'all, what's up? Welcome back. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. My name is Helen, and today I want to get into 5 things I have been implementing in my life that I feel is very pertinent at this age. Okay, this 51-year-old woman had to make some changes, some major changes, and it all began with intention. So everything and all things that I'm doing in life pretty much for the last couple years have gone on with intention in mind. So lately I've been focusing on 5 major things that has helped me to ground myself, and it's feeling like really good right now. Basically, I'm focusing on movement. I'm focusing on my gut health, my internal health, eating right, juicing, all the things. I'm focusing on trying to keep my house and my space clean, tidy, honey, tidy and clean. And I'm focusing on getting rid of the clutter. Anything that I feel that doesn't have a space in my home, anything that I just feel like I just need to get rid of, right? I'm also focusing on asking those important questions of what do you want, what do you need, what brings you joy? And that's basically what I want to talk to you about today. So first I want to get into movement. Movement is so important for us. It not only is a healthier choice when it comes to cardiovascular health, movement is so important for us as we get older to help to maintain muscle, right? Muscle mass, we need this because our bones can't do it alone, right? And movement is the key to life. It is the key to all things when it comes to our health, movement. And I am trying out a new walking pad. I wanted the desk, the little tall desk with your little walking pad where you can work and do all things. I found that in running and in walking, when I would walk those 4 or 5 miles, and I would do like lives, or I would check email or check messages through YouTube and Instagram, that I enjoy movement while I'm working. It just helps the creativity, it helps my mind to flow with ease, and I enjoy just movement. I don't like sitting at a desk, being sedentary, and just working. It did come with a remote, so if you are wanting to use this like for a desk, or you just want to use this where you if you want to use this and it's at a desk and you want to keep the bars down, you can just use your remote instead of bending down or having that handlebar in the way of like a desk, right? So I went ahead and set it up in my workout room so we can just test it out for the week to see how we like it, and I actually really like it. It goes from 0.6 to 7.6 miles per hour. So if you want to walk, do a speed walk, slowly walk, or a light jog, you can definitely do that with this pad. It holds up to 330 pounds. It also has a very low noise, so it's not extremely loud like some of the I think the treadmills we're used to, like hearing or whatever. I'm going to show you the adjustable tilt so you can see just how high the incline goes. Even though it's a lower incline, it still makes a big impact. So while walking on it, I can notice the difference immediately. And I love the fact that it's actually on the top where you can use the buttons where you can change it, or you can use it by remote. So if you're walking at a desk and you have the walking pad bars down, you can actually use your remote to change your speed or your incline as well, whether you're going up or down. And then you also have the emergency stop pull, so it will stop for you if you just pull the red tab. At the top, if you're not using a desk for this model, it does have a stand, so you can put your phone there, or maybe even a small light tablet that you can watch or whatever while you're doing your walk. So we're trying to get in some walks, right? We're basically trying to get in at least 10,000 steps per day. Now they do say it is based on, I believe, your height, your weight, your age. I mean, how many steps you probably should get a day. But if you're an active, healthy individual, you want to get 10,000 or more, right? We want to maintain our health. And if you're pushing, to start walking, I would say start small. Just get in 5K, 5,000 steps, or maybe even just do a few a day. So you might want to start in the morning, walking a few steps, maybe hop on, lunchtime during work. If you're working from home, a few steps, and then before bed, which will actually help with sleep. Treadmill actually claims that it has a wear-resistant surface layer, noise reduction layer, a high-strength reinforcement layer, a shock-absorbent layer, high-strength super layer, and a cushioned layer. It did come with a cord, a remote. It did come with some oil, because over time after you use these machines, you're going to want to oil the belts to keep them going smoothly so you don't have any problems with your machine. I did take a look at the site, and there are other models that are available on the site as well. But the key is just movement, right? We want to get moving, and a lot of times people don't feel comfortable going to gyms. They don't feel comfortable leaving the house to go walk at trails. Maybe, you just don't feel comfortable walking in trails, right? With other people or alone, and you rather do it at home. Well, this is a perfect way to do it at home. Get you a walking pad, honey, and start walking. If you're working from home and you have one of those tall desks, let me know. Put it down below, because I'm interested in getting one, so I can go ahead and slide this walking pad right up underneath it. While I'm editing, I can make sure that I'm walking at the same time. So Clear did give me a discount code to share with you all. I'll put it on the screen. It will be in the description box as well, and will be in the pinned comments. So if you're interested in any of their machines, definitely check them out. It feels good on days like this when it's raining outside, where I can go right on over there to my little workout room and do my workouts. Now, everybody don't have an indoor gym, a garage gym. I get it. That's why things like this is good for those. Fold down, slide underneath your bed. Okay, underneath your sofa, if you have a higher sofa, stand it up, leaning against the wall. Like, it doesn't have to always be out where it's just ready. You can fold it up and tuck it away. So once again, if you're interested, check it down below. And shout out to Clear for sending that over to me. Clear, I think is how you say it. I really do appreciate them. All right, so let's get started on the next point. Staying healthy on the inside. All right, so we already moving. We got our energy flowing. We got our heart pumping. But listen, it's harder to move. It's harder to get going when we're eating trash. Don't I know it? Listen, and I mean, this is all in moderation. Like, this is not no extreme, we got to do this, we got to do that. And we should, okay? But we don't have to be extreme with it. We can take it with ease. We can start a little change here and a little change there, and before you know it, the years come around, and you look back in December at all the changes that you've made. That's why I like the 12-week year. Y'all know. You'll look back at all the changes you made, and you'll get to the end of the year, and you'll be like, okay, I see a difference. I feel different. I like the way I look. I like the way I feel. My skin feels good. What's going on? Waist is slimming down. You'll start to see the changes, and you'll appreciate the work that you put in for it, right? So when it comes to gut health, my main thing is all about juicing. Y'all know I'm a juice fanatic. I'm on juice. Yes, she is. I'm going to juice. I'm going to make smoothie bowls. I like the way it tastes. And if I go on too long without it, my body is like, man, where's the juice? What's going on? We need our juice. So today I made some juice. Like I always do, I like to prep my juice, at least have like 5 or 6 jars in the refrigerator, so I can have them just to grab. I don't like just waiting, to get juice. I like to already have juice prepared. So I ended up making a juice today, ran to the grocery store, picked up some healthy fruits and vegetables from my refrigerator, because when it comes to gut health, I like to focus on colors. It's all about the rainbow for me. I like to pick out foods that are yellow and red, that are rich in all those antioxidants that is good for our bodies. And I tend to go towards more fruits that produce more liquids too, because I know that the more liquid that they produce, the more juice I can get, pennies on the dollar. So today I did 2 different juices. I ended up doing one which was super delicious. I'm actually filming a short for that, so stay tuned with the recipe. But I just mainly had like ginger, cucumber, celery. I had a little bit of lime. I had some cilantro, and believe it or not, I know there's a lot going on in that juice, but believe it or not, the combo tastes very similar to a more of a sour, salty margarita. If you know what I'm saying. So Really good, really delicious, very hydrating, good for your gut health. And I wanted to focus on that. So I've been very intentional with like my milks that I make, my nut milks, my juices. Sometimes I go for the 2, 3 ingredient juice, your pineapple, cucumber, ginger. But sometimes I like to get, a little extra boost of nutrients into my body. The older I get, the more my body depletes certain nutrients, the more I have to put back in. That's why I'm big on sea moss too, because it's good for our skin, our gut health. It's good for everything internal, especially for those of us who have thyroid issues. It's good for that too. So you want to make sure you check with, your doctor, your physician, whoever you seek, okay, for health, and go from there. But when it comes to juicing your fruits, your vegetables, I love it. And for those who always ask the question, what do you do with the pulp? What do you do? Man, we keep our pulp. It either goes in a garden, right? Are we dehydrated for our smoothies, or you can put it on top of like salads when you dehydrate it, just like a herb or a seasoning, or we just put it in a smoothie. So yeah, I love it. I love juicing. I love all things like smoothies, everything I can do with my honey. I love it. So I'm just getting more intentional as I get older, even more. So now, it used to be where I was just intentional with groceries I would buy. But even when I go out, even if I go out to eat, I'm like, I want this, that, and this. Do you have this? Does this come with this? What do you cook this with? Right? I'm just trying to be more intentional about that, because at the end of the day, it's my health. And no one's going to do anything about it but me, right? So I have to take care of me in order for me to be able to take care of my children. So yeah, health is wealth, as they say, and gut health is number 2 on my list. I've been focused on it, and I feel that with those two combined, movement and focusing on your gut, your internal health, man, we're winning. Cleanliness. All right, so I'm not going to say I'm a neat freak or anything like that, because there's times where stuff is arrayed, just everywhere, out of source, not in the place it's supposed to be. And when that normally happens, it's something going on up here. Like, I'm a clutter, I'm a mess, I'm busy, or I haven't stopped to settle down, to sit down. Because if I stop and settle down and sit down and I see the clutter, it's going to bother me, and I'm going to want to clean it up and put away. That's how I know when I'm doing too much. That's how I know when it's a lot on my mind. That's how I know that it's time to stop and chill out and rest. Because when everything else is a mess around me, I know it comes from the inside out. Now, when I'm feeling good, everything's, flowing with ease, my house is clean. I love it when my house is clean. I love the smell of a clean home. I enjoy a clean house. I don't have to have everything, like I said, the labels turned this way, this is perfect and this is perfect. I just really like when things are in their place. I love when everything has a place. First of all, I don't do junk drawers in the kitchen. Never been there. Everything has a place, or we don't need it and it's trash. It's trash, or we giving it away, or we put it on for sale on Facebook Marketplace. Like, I don't need a lot of stuff. And I feel like the older I get, I need less things. And then the older I get, less things appeal to me too. So that's another thing. The older I get, it comes to a point where I know when it's my turn. I'm not leaving all this behind, and I can only take so much with me, which is me. So I personally feel like I don't need a lot of things. I love a lot of clothes. I love shoes. I love home decor. But if you notice, it's at a minimum when it comes to like home decor stuff now. I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff, and that leads me on to the next point. Oh my goodness. Number 4, honey, the older I get, the more I give away. The older I get, the more I get rid of. The older I get, the more I realize I like this. I don't really like that. So I'm not trying that. I'm gonna stick with this. And that is all. It's all about decluttering. I have decluttered so much. My mind, my mental space. I have so much more clarity now. I have decluttered things around me that people have gifted me that I felt I need to hold on to because it was gifted to me. If I don't want it, I don't need it. It's got to go. Point blank, period. I am all about creating memories. Having like physical like memories. I don't need like the physical things. I like the memories of going somewhere, being with someone, spending time with someone, experiencing joy with someone, more than the thing it came with. The shot glass, the hat, the t-shirt. Like, I don't need things. I'm not a thing type of person. when it comes to like memories. I don't know if that's gonna make sense to anyone. I hope it does. So I do like the shot glasses. I get them every once in a while. I come back with a little memory when I go on vacation, a little trinket here and there sometimes. But for the most part, I'm very intentional about those things I get. Like, you're not gonna see me buy a bunch of T-shirts and a bunch of stuff that says, you know, whatever, Boca Raton or whatever. I'm not gonna do that. But I might come back with a coffee cup or a planter or something like that. But when it comes to things that people have gifted me that I don't want, don't need, don't fit, don't like, I just, yeah, have it for the moment, donate it, gift it away. I'm fine with that. I would expect someone to do the same. I don't want you holding on to anything I've gifted you or given you that you don't want. Let it go. All right, so the next one, last one, 5. This ties right on in to the last one. How do you feel? I ask myself that every day. I told y'all a couple years ago that there's 5 questions I kind of like ask myself throughout the day. And I wrote them down, and I decided like some that I was to start keeping to myself. I think I share a little bit too much with y'all, but there's a couple questions I do ask that I don't mind sharing. How do you feel? How do you feel? So a lot of times I get up in the morning, and this is basically when I was having like a heavy grief moments, or I was deep in the grief after my father passed. And it was, how do you feel? So it wasn't just about how you feel about death, how you feel about your father. How do you feel right now? Does anything hurt you? Are you sore? You know, is there any part of your body we need to focus on before we get started for today? How do you feel? Did you sleep good? You know, do you feel like you can tackle the day? How do you feel? Like, because I have to first know how I feel in order to go outside my door. A lot of times people will wake up in the morning. Y'all know, kids wake up in the morning, not ready to get up. They got attitudes. They late for school. And then you already on rah-rah mode because you not feeling good. You got some stuff going on. So it's best that you kind of, you know, focus and deal with you first. That's why I'm always up an hour early for my kids. I've been doing this since they were babies. I've always been up an hour early before them. Get you together first. And then you can walk outside your door. So that is huge for me. How do you feel? And sometimes throughout the day, things would happen. Like, say I'm with someone, and it could be male, female, friend, whatever, family, whoever, and something happens that I don't like. I will, instead of reacting a lot of times, sometimes I ask myself, how you feel about that? Because we're not going to push that underneath the rug. We're going to think about this. How we feel about this? Because we're not doing this again if we don't feel right. So I don't mind asking myself how I feel, and I'm always honest with myself, because only me can feel the way I feel, and I never want my feelings to not be validated. I'm going to always validate how I feel. How do you feel? Okay. Does this bring you joy? Does this bring you joy? All this is in line with each other. And I've said this 1,000 times over and over and over. It used to be my hashtag joy, you know, whatever, what brings me joy. If it doesn't bring me joy, it doesn't move me. It doesn't feel good to me. I don't want it. I don't need it. It's for a reason. And a lot of times that's our first warning. When you feel it, it don't bring you joy. It's like, I don't know. You know, a lot of times we like to ignore that, and we like to say, well, maybe because it's this time. Maybe next time it won't be like, girl, if you don't like it, you don't love it, it don't bring you joy, walk away. We're going to focus on me. We're going to focus on what brings me joy and what feels good to me. And if it feels good and it's comfortable and it's just a little, you know, a little tilt or a little off, that's fine. Life is always gonna have its, you know, balances where it's balanced today, it's not tomorrow. It's a little off, we're tilting to the side. That's called life, right? It is what it is. Nothing's ever gonna be perfect. However, you know, we all know. Most women have it, you know. Girl, we be knowing. You can say you don't know all you want, friend. If I know, you know. You know. But there are a few questions I like to ask myself. And the older I get, I make sure I ask those questions, because I don't want to live a life where I'm not fulfilled and I don't have joy. I don't want to live a life based on what others think, other feels, or just based on others. I want to live a life based on me and how I feel. I want to be that person who says, oh girl, I lived that life, baby. I did that. I enjoyed my life. I got what I wanted, what I needed. Life was good. when it was good, okay, when it was bad, it didn't stay bad long. We got right back good. Like, I want that for me. And all that ties into intention. It ties into self-love, self-care. It ties into self-worth. And it ties into what brings me joy. Huge question that I have to ask myself often. And I don't think I've ever stopped asking that. Yeah, no. What do you want? What do you want? What do you need? Those are two other questions I ask myself. A lot of times, we don't know what we want. We don't know what we need because we've lost ourselves and our children and our families and our significant others. And I refuse to do that. So, and I've taught my kids that. And I always ask my kids, well, what do you want? What do you need? Like, in hopes that when they become adults and before 50, okay, they have this within them too. What do I want? What do I need? Does it bring me joy? Do I really want that? Or do I want that because she got that? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, those are the 5 things I've been focusing on in this big age, okay? And it just feels good to focus on these things that are all in line with each other. And it's not like I'm making these huge changes. Like, y'all know I've been walking, running. When it comes to movement, it is so important to me. The more I move, the more my skin glows, the more I feel good about myself because, dropping a few pounds, toning your body will have you feeling some type of way. Listen, don't act like y'all don't know this. We all know. We know. But anyway, so all of these are the things that have really helped me to be who I am today. And I didn't think I would be her today, right? And I'm still working on her. There's some other things I won't, okay? But I didn't think I would be here today in this body being her. Like, you just never know. However, I do know I'm already here. Like, I was so excited about 50. 51 came out, I was like, okay, we over the hill now. For real here. We here. So some things don't work like you used to. Flashes come and go. Your body heats up. You're like, what is this? Am I on fire? What's going on? Sleep is disrupted because insomnia. Hormones is all the way. Like, it's all this is going on. My body's fighting. It's trying to stay like, hey, I'm trying to stay here. I need you to eat right. I need you to move your body. Come on, feed me some good gut bacteria. What are you doing? I'm struggling. So, I had to focus. I had to step back and start doing more things with intention. And those are the 5 things. My house is clean. My body's moving. I'm eating good. I mean, I mess up sometimes. Girl, I even had a donut yesterday, but I don't. Okay. It was good too. It was good. My stomach was like, what is this? Get this up out of here. But it was good while it was going down. Anyway, clean home. Eat good. Juicing. Smoothies. Protein. All of the creatine and the clean energy shakes. All the things. Because y'all know I'm all about that creatine and that clean energy. A little watermelon juice. That's my go-to in the morning before I hit them stairs or before I hit that hard workout. No crash. Okay? No crash. I'm loving it. But I say it's the same. Clean home, eating good, focusing on gut health, focusing on good gut bacteria, focusing on all the things that bring me joy, asking myself, how do you feel today, right? Are you ready for today? What do you want? What do you need? What can I do to be happy? Like, I love these questions for me. And I love having a clean home. I love decluttering and getting rid of things that just takes up space for no apparent reason. Like, you got to go. I don't have no problem with that. I don't have no attachment to things. My children, I'm attached. But some things can go, okay? And movement. We have to move our bodies. So let me know down below if any of these on this list is you, that you working on, or is this a list you needed? You needed to hear it. You found this channel, you found this video because this was for you. Let me know, okay? And I'll see you on the next video. Peace and blessings.